As an assistant tester involved in aspect watching, you will be the eyes of the site tester. Maybe miles away from him, it will be your responsibility to accurately report to him the state of each condition of each signal that he requests. It must be done in such a way that the information you give is completely unambiguous. You must use the correct nomenclature and be clear and precise. In the following clips, you will see the correct method of passing this information back to the site tester in charge. Although not exhaustive, the video shows the methods to be used for most of the signals you will be expected to report on. Let's start with a simple 4-aspect signal with no diverging routes to contend with. It's a controlled signal. It is identified as being a controlled signal by this plate. Other kinds of signal are identified by these plates. This is an automatic signal, a semi-automatic signal, an intermediate block signal, and a distant signal. On arrival at site, you will need to contact the site tester back at the panel or signal box. The signal post telephone will communicate back to the controlling signal box or panel and is identified by the black and white diagonal stripes. By opening the telephone, you will access the instructions for its use. The chances are that the first person that you will speak to will be the signalman.
Hello, this is the S&T Testers. Can I speak to Mark Ryan, please?
Hello, Mark Ryan.
Hello, Mark. This is Jim Fellows. I've arrived at signal number KC28.
Hello, Jim. Just take the signal and I'll contact you when I'm ready.
Okay then, Mark.
Don't be surprised at this. Almost certainly the site tester will be involved in many other tests and will need to program in the test of your signal.
This is Mark Ryan. Can I speak to Jim Fellows, please?
Hello, Mark. This is Jim.
Jim, what aspect have you got on KC28 signal?
Signal KC28 is showing a red aspect.
Okay, Jim. What aspect is KC28 signal showing?
Signal KC28 is showing a single yellow aspect.
Okay. What aspect have you got on KC28 signal?
Signal KC28 is showing a double yellow aspect.
Fine. What aspect have you got on KC28 signal?
Signal KC28 is showing a green aspect.
Right then, Jim. What aspect have you got on KC28 signal?
Signal KC28 is showing a red aspect.
Thanks, Jim. That's all on KC28 signal. Can you walk forward to LR415 signal and contact me when you get there?
Okay, Mark, it's a fair walk. It'll probably take me about half an hour.
Fairly straightforward, wasn't it? But you'll note that the whole operation was disciplined. No shortcuts, signal number quoted at every step. Let's have a look at a more complex situation. Here we have a controlled 3-aspect signal with 2 position light junction indicators and a position light subsidiary signal. Section C, 332 of the rulebook states how we refer to the position of position light junction indicators. No route indication is given for movements along the straight route. Indications 1, 2 and 3 are for routes progressively to the left of the straight route, and indicators 4, 5 and 6 for routes progressively to the right.
What aspect is signal LR415 showing?
Signal LR415 is showing red.
You will notice that no reference was made to the route indicators, as no indications were present. In general, only what is displayed is reported. Let's look at a situation where a junction indication is present.
What aspect is signal LR415 showing?
Signal LR415 is showing a single yellow aspect with a position 1 junction indicator displaying 5 white lights.
Okay, Jim. What aspect have you got on signal LR415?
Signal LR415 is showing a green aspect with a position 1 junction indicator displaying 5 white lights.
And an example of the other junction indication.
What aspect is signal LR415 showing?
Signal LR415 is showing a green aspect with a position 4 junction indicator displaying 5 white lights.
Here is another example, but a subsidiary signal in conjunction with a position light route indication.
What aspect is signal LR415 showing?
Signal LR415 is showing a red aspect, a position 1 indicator displaying 5 white lights and a subsidiary aspect.
Here is a signal with a theatre type route indicator.
Signal LR428 is showing a green aspect with a figure 3 theatre route indication.
In the next sequence, we will see the reporting back of the test of a position light ground signal. Note the identification plate on this type of signal.
Hello, Jim. I want to test the aspect on ground signal SE53. What aspect is it showing?
Ground position light shunt signal SE53 is showing on, red aspect.
Right then, Jim. What aspect is ground signal SE53 showing?
Ground position light shunt signal SE53 is showing proceed.
Where yellow position light ground signals are encountered, the yellow aspect lid is reported in the same manner as was the red by stating ground position light shunt signal is showing on yellow aspect. Ground position light shunt signals can also be associated with stencil route indicators.
aspect is ground signal 638 showing?
Ground signal 638 is showing proceed with a figure 3 stencil indication of route.
You may also encounter position light shunt signals that are elevated. They are reported in the same manner as ground signals without reference to the word ground. All of the signals encountered so far have been provided with signal post telephones, or telephones within a working distance from the signal under test. However, some signals will not have telephones adjacent to them. These include distance signals, banner signals, and in the majority of cases, ground signals. Where no signal post telephones are available, then a means of communication will need to be set up. This may require setting up a communication link using the technician's maintenance circuit, using a radio link, or the use of radio phones. If radio is used, then remember to use the phonetic alphabet. Here, the assistant tester is about to test the aspect sequence of a colour light distance signal using a radio telephone. Notice the identification plate for this type of signal.
Signal C Charlie, L Lima, 17, R Romeo is showing a single yellow aspect. Signal C Charlie, L Lima, 17, R Romeo is showing a green aspect.
As with distance signals, the chances are that no telephone will be available at a banner signal. Here, the assistant tester again uses a radio telephone to contact the tester back at the panel. Banner signals do not display a visible identification plate to the driver. However, in some cases, a smaller plate is provided for local identification. Having established a communication link, the aspect test is carried out.
What's banner repeater signal L Lima T Tango R Romeo 35 showing?
Banner repeater signal number L Lima T Tango R Romeo 35 is repeating on.
Thanks, Jim. What's banner repeater signal L Lima T Tango R Romeo 35 showing?
Banner repeater signal L Lima T Tango R Romeo 35 is repeating proceed.
Here is a situation where banner signals are used at a diverging junction. Again, it is important to report what you see and not to interpret what you see.
Banner repeater signals K Kilo C Charlie R Romeo 49er and 43 are showing left hand banner repeating on and right hand banner repeating on. Banner repeater signals K Kilo C Charlie R Romeo 49er and 43 are showing left hand banner repeating proceed and right hand banner repeating on.
You will note that no reference was made to main or route, only to what is actually seen by the assistant. Semaphore stop signals are reported as being danger or off. In this case, an upper quadrant signal should never be reported as being up, or a lower quadrant as being down. Both should be reported as being off. What you have seen so far are examples of aspects that one would expect to see, with no faults or being obviously wrong. But for example, how would you report a signal that is displaying both a red and green aspect at the same time? In the next section of the video, we will show you a number of sequences showing various types of signals and their aspects. You will be split into syndicates and asked how you would report these back to the tester in charge. But remember, only report back what you see.